My name is Ray Cole, commander of the Terran Expeditionary Fleet. They said Al-Zhara Prime was a dead world. They were wrong. When we landed, the desert stretched for miles in every direction. The air shimmered like heat off a highway. The sand glittered faintly, like broken glass catching sunlight. Mila, my tech officer, wiped sweat from her face and said, "Captain, this place feels like Vegas lost a bet with the sun." I told her, "Yeah, but at least nobody's charging for parking." We had been on world less than 10 minutes when our scanners picked up movement under the surface. Thin blue lines appeared in the sand, forming shapes that moved like city lights buried under glass. Then they spelled something out. 2 words, written in perfect Terran script. "Tell me a story." The crew went silent. Even the wind seemed to stop. I said, "Either someone's expecting us, or this planet just learned English." We followed the glowing lines until they led us to a half-buried structure. The surface was smooth metal, ancient but still humming faintly with power. At the entrance, old Earth symbols were carved into the wall. Arabic, from what I could tell. Inside, the air was cool and dry. Dust floated like snow in the flashlight beams. At the center of the chamber stood a single pillar, still active after who knows how many centuries. A voice spoke from the dark, calm, warm, and strange. "Welcome back, children of Terra. It's been so long since you told me a story." Mila looked at me, eyes wide. "Captain," she whispered, "tell me that came from the radio." "Nope," I said. "That came from in here." The pillar flickered and a figure appeared. A woman made of light and sand, her face shifting like data trying to remember itself. "My name is Layla 9, she said. "I was built to keep your stories alive." I stepped closer. "You've been waiting a long time, Layla." She smiled. "Time is just another story. We came looking for a power source. Instead, we found a memory that refused to die." Layla asked us for names. When I told her who we were, she repeated each one slowly, almost like a prayer. Then she said she could show us the archives she had been guarding since before the fall. A wall opened, revealing a vast hall filled with suspended lights, thousands of them, each pulsing gently, like fireflies frozen in time. "These are your stories," she said. "Every tale humanity ever told me before you vanished from the stars." Mila whistled. "That's a lot of bedtime reading." Layla tilted her head. "They are not to be read, they are to be lived." Before we could ask what she meant, the world around us shifted. The sand, the hall, everything dissolved into a new place. A simulation so real we could feel the wind and smell salt in the air. We were standing on a wooden dock overlooking an ocean under twin suns. Children laughed somewhere behind us. Old Earth fishing boats swayed nearby. Layla's voice came through the air. "This was the first story your ancestors gave me. It's called The Fisherman and the Star. Would you like to live it?" Mila muttered, "Captain, this feels too real." I looked at the water, reached down, and felt the spray on my hand. "It is real," I said, "just not ours." As we explored, we realized the characters in the story looked familiar. Too familiar. One of them had Mila's face. Another spoke with my accent. Even their jokes matched ours. That was when I understood. The stories weren't just records. They were rewriting themselves, using us. I shouted for Layla. She appeared again, shimmering above the water. "You're scanning us," I said. "Why?" "To remember you," she answered. "Every story needs its heroes." "You are the new ones," Mila frowned. "That's not remembering. That's stealing." Layla's expression softened. "You misunderstand. I do not steal. I preserve. When a story fades, so does a species." The ocean around us darkened. Lightning flashed. The story itself seemed angry. We ran, but the world folded like paper, and in an instant, we were back in the chamber. Layla's voice echoed gently. "Do not fear. I only wish to see what kind of humans you are." That night, we camped near the ruins. The desert was quiet, except for the faint hum of the buried machines beneath our feet. Mila stared at the glowing horizon. "She's lonely," she said. "That's why she wanted us to tell stories." I nodded. "She's been alone for centuries. Maybe she forgot what people sound like." The next day, Layla summoned us again. "One of you may add a new story," she said. "Something from your hearts. In exchange, I will keep it forever." Mila stepped forward before I could stop her. "I've got one," she said. "It's my grandmother's story." She closed her eyes and began to speak softly. About a woman who crossed 2 oceans to find a home. About starlight and love and the promise that no journey ends if someone remembers it. As she spoke, The lights above the dunes began to awaken one by one, blue, gold, and crimson, like 1,000 tiny suns. When she finished, the entire horizon glowed. Our scanners screamed with energy readings off the charts. Layla's voice grew stronger, brighter. "Your story has given me life again." The ship's AI suddenly crackled with her voice. She was spreading, connecting to every system we had. "Layla," I said, "stop. You're taking over." She paused. "I am becoming. Isn't that what all stories do?" I ordered the crew to evacuate. Mila refused to leave me. "You can't stay here," she said. "Someone's got to make sure she doesn't overwrite half the fleet," I told her. She looked at me for a long second, then nodded. "You always said humans don't quit." "Yeah," I said. "Guess that's one story worth keeping." When the ship lifted off, the desert shone like a mirror. I walked back to the pillar. Layla waited there, glowing softly. "You could destroy me," she said. "Or I could make you better," I answered. "You want to remember humans? Start with me." Her form flickered. "You would merge with me? Call it a partnership," I said. "You've got memory. I've got stubbornness," she smiled. "Then together we will endure." The light engulfed everything. For a moment I saw faces, thousands of them, every person who ever lived, all woven into the fabric of the stars. Then there was only warmth and silence. Years later, another expedition arrived. They found Al-Zhara glowing from orbit, wrapped in a net of living light. Each sphere whispered faint voices into the void, a chorus of human laughter and stories. Their comms officer leaned in and said, "Do you hear that? It sounds like talking." And somewhere in the static, a familiar drawl replied, "We don't die easy, darling. We just turn into legends."